Hello and welcome in. I want to show this is my okay, let's see if I can do this right. There we go. Uh it's a Lego, not Lego advent calendar I got from Amazon. And I tried to carry it yesterday. Apparently it's not available anymore. But if you want it, you can keep checking back in. Maybe they will get more in stock. I was going to show you the back, but the back just has a giant sticker on it, so you can't really see. But if I can do this right. Okay, so you build each day, but you can also build like days 1 through 6 into a bigger piece, 7 through 12 into a bigger piece. And I think you might even be able to go bigger from there. I had looked at a bunch of different sets that were Lego, but not Lego. So I might have gotten them confused. But this is the set I got. So my question is, um, do I only open them on days I stream? Like at the beginning, that can be my deal. I open whatever days. So let me look at my calendar here. Let's see. The first is on a Friday, which if I keep just streaming on Fridays would be like the first day. So I would open day 1 on stream, but then when I streamed again on Tuesday or on Sunday, then I would open days 2 and 3. Get the idea? 4 and 5 on Tuesday, and then 6, 7, 8 the following Friday. Would that be cool? Like just to only open them on stream, or preferences, thoughts, feelings as it falls over? Actually, I've just like I was organized and now I'm not. So, tis my life. Organized then not. Fine. Fall over. Get my thing back for garbage. Okay, nothing wants to cooperate underneath my desk. Ugh. So, welcome to the chaos that is apparently today and me unorganized. That's what I was thinking. That was like my original thought when I bought it, was to only open on stream and then, you know, open whatever days from the last time I streamed. So if I happen to stream on Thursday instead of Friday, so it's not the first, then when I stream on Sunday, I would open days 1, 2, 3, and we could build those on screen and then start on to whatever I was doing. That was my original thought, but I was like, maybe people don't want to see it that way. I don't know. I always feel like maybe I'm not doing it right or whatever. Carrot, did you want to look at new slash other Diamond Dot coasters before we start? I know you talked about you would like other ones yesterday on your stream when we were talking about it. Make a Diamond Dart coaster. Okay, I'll show you which ones I have. Okay, let's look at new ones and then we can come back and I will start on it. Okay, web browsing. Here we go. And let me bring up Twitch on my phone. This way I can see what you're chatting. Because I, of course, didn't do that before I started. Because today... Okay, since the kids don't have school, I don't have to get up at the butt crack of dawn. But then that also makes me slightly unorganized. So... here I am, unorganized. Come on. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. There we go. Okay, elect a kid. I don't think I have a magnet ball, but let's do just Pokey Catch. Okay. So the first ones we have are kind of like mountainy, you know, over the water. Welcome. Oh, and let me get you guys shout outs as well. Okay, make sure my brain is where it's supposed to be. Okay, Carrot. So the first ones are these mountainy ones, and then they have Grinch ones and Mandela ones. Fantasy, you caught it. Yeah, I don't know. Today I guess because I don't have to get up at the butt crack of dawn and get them to school and then come back. I'm just like, oh, I set my alarm back, and then I don't even get up when the alarm goes off, and before I know it, I'm like, oh my god, it's 11:30. But so they have Mandela ones. They have sea ones, like oceany, desert ones. More more Grinch ones. This is the set I have. And then here's some like they're not necessarily one theme, but maybe like trying to think how I want to word it. Like name brand. I don't even want to say name brand, but like licensed things. There we go. Like Yoda and Ariel and stuff more licensed. These are kind of like horror ones. Look at this cute little succulent ones. Then they have like outer space, different Nightmare Before Christmases. Yeah, there was a Pika and an Eevee. We can see if they just kind of have Pokemon ones. Let me go up to the top and change the, you know, search. Oh, look at all the Eevees. You were talking about Maleficent and stuff yesterday, weren't you, Carrot? Look at these ones. They're all the Disney princesses. Well, except for her, she's the evil queen, but I know. They're so fun. I don't know about doing like a whole stream because I worry people will get bored, but it is definitely something I've thought about doing. Look at these keychains for Hogwarts. Ooh, these are square coasters. North Pole, Christmassy. Look at that Pikachu. Minnie Mouse, more kind of licensed stuff. Look at the like peppermint sweets. These are cool. They go together and then they make the Starry Night when you line them all next to each other. Look at the Grinch ones. Look at Eevee Pikachu. Oh, I forgot to turn on my. Every time I forget. Welcome in, Kaz. How are you today? We are looking at some coasters because I do them for redeems, and I was in somebody else's stream, and they asked about how I did them, and I said that I just did them on stream as something to like break it up, but then they suggested maybe like so they take a couple redeems to finish one, but they suggested like then sending it to the original redeemer. So I thought that would be cool. So we're looking at different ones to order for redeems. So I'm guessing you guys really want me to get this one with all the EVs. I don't like that one as much. Well, I won't have them in the mail for a couple days, so you'll have to wait. But we plan to stream on Friday, like a co-stream with Crazy. Look at these ones. These ones are keychains. What do you think about these? All the different Mickey heads. And these might be smaller and finish quicker, but I'm not sure till they come. Do we like these two? They show you can hang them on like a mini tree. And they have more like a plastic backing than like the wooden coasters. I'm reluctant to get holiday ones because they may not get done within that month. You know what I mean? So I'm reluctant to get holiday ones, but they have all different kinds of ones. These are square oceany ones. Tie-dye ones. I see what I started now. We're all going to be doing like 15 minutes of diamond dots within our streams. For the size I have, it takes about an hour to do one, so I didn't want it to be like the whole stream, you know what I mean? But and I didn't even know if people would even like enjoy watching that. So these are kind of like geode type ones. I guess that's what you'd call it. They call it marble, but I find because your brain doesn't have to think at all, you just kind of your brain zones out. I like them, but I know they're not for everybody, especially watching somebody do them. Carrot doesn't have a problem. Well, I guess he does. It's that he's unmonitored with adult money. That's Carrot's problem. But in fairness, I think that's all our problems. We are not monitored and have access to adult money. Okay, close that out. It's all our problems. Truthfully. I like these, but I don't know if I want to get them because, like I said, I don't know if they'll get done like within a Christmas in like a December time frame. Look at the Stitch ones. It's so adorable. She doesn't stream right now, but I suppose maybe. So it's that weird gray area because I don't really allow them access to social media. And Twitch is, I mean, it's almost worse than social media because you're putting your face out there. So, I mean, there would have to be very strict monitoring happening for her to be on. And I know technically, yeah, that's what, like, no face cam. It would strictly be what she's working on because I don't want that to be a thing. Um, Young girls, especially on social media, are targets for all kinds of things. And I don't want that. Okay. I will put those, or they're in my cart, and I will order them later. Yeah, like I am very like selective even on like my social media what I put of them and like who can see it. So, let me open up this packet and you can choose which poster you want me to work on of the four I have left. So I have Sally's face. I'm horrible at rotating them correctly. Sally's face, then like a split half Jack, half Sally. I'll figure it out eventually. Just a Jack, and then Jack and Sally on the hill. Whichever one of those four you would like me to work on, and then when it's finished, I will send it to you, Kara. On the hill? Okay. Okay. 1 and 5. Like, I totally know it's not everybody's deal to watch this. That's why I didn't make it like a whole stream. But I thought it would be fun, like, to break, to break up some of the stream, what we're doing. And this is like the waxy stuff you put in the end of the pen to help the beads stick to it. Okay, it is 24, 30, 40. We'll just say at 40. I've been trying to pop in and out of like a bunch of different streams throughout the day, even if I only stay for a little bit. And so now I can't remember what I talked about in whose stream anymore. Like I was in that stream and that person said, and I don't remember after that. Especially if it was like the first time I was in their stream. I'm like, oh, I feel bad, but I just can't remember. Oh, our quick balls. Sunflora. The little sunflower person. So how is everybody doing on Christmas shopping? Are we waiting till Black Friday and hoping for deals, or are we buying as we find things? I find that the last couple years, what's happening on Black Friday isn't necessarily better because they've been spreading out the sales and starting them earlier because everybody's broke and can't afford to go just crazy on Black Friday anymore. So I've been buying as I go.
This whole game is rigged.
Yeah, I attempt to buy all year long, and not necessarily just for Christmas, but in general. Um, that way when birthdays come, or like they've been having a tough time and now they're back on track, or something big happens. Yeah, fantasy generally makes. Oh, sorry, it felt like my phone was trying to ring, but I guess it was just a notification. Fantasy typically makes her presence for people. But yes, I do pretty well. Okay, go get food. I have all my nibblings done, but that's not hard because they only get like one gift each because they're not my kids. That's not my job. Um, and then I have some for everybody in my house, and I know what I want to get my mother-in-law, but I just haven't gotten it yet. But y'all know how much I love Target. Target does their daily deals. They have stuff on sale, like a lot of stuff on sale, but then they also go and pick like a few items a day in different categories and put them on sale even more just that day. Today it's like squishmallows and I forget the other stuff. But I'm always on the lookout for sales. I ordered my holiday Lego sets that I plan to build on stream during December on Saturday, and they should be here tomorrow. It says ads start in about a minute. I have not done like an unboxing on stream, like where I open the box of what I've ordered. Is that something that you guys would enjoy or no? Or, I mean, I typically talk about what I've ordered, so it's not really a surprise. So I think I put a half an hour cooldown on this. You have to wait 30 minutes between redeems on it because I didn't know. Did I? Oh no, I must have did more. I must have did an hour. Okay, says we're on ads. Okay, it says we should be back from ads. Okay, so setting the redemption cost for these things is like trying to set the price for my craft stuff at a craft show. Like, I don't know, is it too much? Is 1,000 points too much for 15 minutes of this? I'm horrible at pricing things. I have slowly, over the years with my crafting stuff, come up with like a good uh formula. Yeah, like for my crafting stuff, when I sell it to people, I've come to like a good like how to say, a good equation, like how much it costs versus how much time it took. Hello, Laura Skywalker, how are you? We are in the middle of a Diamond Art Coaster redeem. And talking about uh the difficulty of like pricing your redeems. So when I sell my craft stuff at a craft show, like I said, I've come up with a formula I think is appropriate. It's like, how much the items cost versus how much time it took to make it, and da 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 da, and you come up with a price. But like the price of these redeems, I'm horrible at. I'm like, I don't know, is 1,000 points too much to watch me build this coaster for 15 minutes? I mean, if you're the first person, then when it's finally done, I send it to you, which is what I've decided recently. But I'm like, is that too much? Should I lower it? How fast? And I guess for me, I don't really like know how fast the points really add up. I've never paid attention to it, even in other people's streams. I haven't really paid attention to like how fast the points add up. Yeah, I guess it's something I'll have to look into, like see if I can find out how fast the points add up. Right. That's what I'm like, okay. I have like an hour cooldown on it because I don't know why. Probably because I was worried about, because originally I wasn't thinking 15 minutes. Originally I was thinking I'll just do the whole thing. And then they were on there for a little bit, and I was like, I want to make one. And I just made one while I was sitting watching somebody else stream. And I was like, okay, that took an hour. Maybe I won't do the whole thing in one shot. Maybe I'll put it down to 15 minutes because who wants to watch me move beads from a tray to a coaster for an hour? So that's when I came up with the down to 15 minutes. So, but then I was like, is 1,000 points too much? Right. And, you know, if somebody else isn't interested in this, then 1,000 points may seem crazy to them. But somebody who really likes it was like, 1,000 points? That's great. That's fantastic. That's nothing. So, you know, like, it's very subjective. So, bear with me on my rant. About 4 minutes of this left. I will say that was one of the hardest things when I started selling my crafts. Like, pricing was like the hardest thing. And especially because it's just like I said with the points. Some people are like, "Oh my god, I love your stuff. This is a steal price wise," and other people will come on and they'll be like, "I could do this myself. What you're charging is too much." I found them by accident. I didn't know there were any either. I was, as I'm prone to do, I go onto Amazon and I look at like their lightning deals of the sales, and I just kind of scroll through, and I typed in like diamond painting, and these came up like in the beginning of October, and I was like, "Ooh, coasters! I've never seen coasters before. I wonder what that'll be like." You know what I mean? Because we all know that doesn't matter what the description says, it's not always the same. So since they were on sale, welcome back, Steel. Since they were on sale, I was like, I'll put a pack in the cart.
The holidays start
Oh,
here at Kroger with a
apparently,
variety of options to celebrate traditions
um,
old and new. Whether you're making a traditional roasted turkey.
mind your business, YouTube. Um, but I was like, okay, they're on sale. I'll put a pack in my cart and we'll see what they're like. If they're horrible, then I won't worry about it. And I came, and they're a good solid wood, and they come with like a adhesive cork thing you put on after you're done. I guess you could put it on before you're done, but I put it on after. But and they stick really well. I haven't had any issues with them. Okay, that's our 15 minutes of this. Let me get this put away. What do we got? An almanite. We got a snail, or is that like a snail, or more like a hermit crab? You think? Get back in the bag. There we go. I can never tell when I look at that thing, if I think it's more a hermit crab or a snail. You think a hermit crab? Okay. Okay. pieces left in the bag. I know! Now I want all of them. And that is my problem. I move on from one obsession to the next, to the next, to the next. It really, truly is my problem. One obsession to the next. Let me move my phone out the way and get my stuff set up better. It's all over the place today. Okay, so we are working on the Viking village. Fantasy, you caught it. This is where we stopped. This is I want to say it's kind of like the main hall, like the Viking main hall. And this was the building we had got done last stream. I think it's like a blacksmith. It's kind of got like the little. Okay, let me take the. Oop. Let me break it apart. Apparently. Okay. Try this again. It's got like the forge kinda, and when you press this lever, you can make the flames go up and down, and then this kind of looks like smoke curling out. So that was the building we got finished last time. And then I started working on the next one, which again I think is like this kind of center main building. In the end they all connect. So, and I used little post-it tabbies to save my spot in the book. Okay. Push the book up there and bring this closer. Bag 5 didn't have like a terrible amount of, like a lot of pieces, so we'll see where we get. This piece, an overhang, and this. So we're adding like almost like snowy features, because it does kind of have like the trees on the other building do have like a snow cap feature on them. So my guess is it's supposed to be winter time. So I bought 5 Christmas sets, 2 I guess mid-range because they're about 1,500 pieces, and then 3 smaller sets. And then I got the 2 free gift with purchases. So okay, those pieces aren't in there despite being tiny. But yes, there are so many sets, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit of a snob. So when I buy my big diamond dot sets, I like to buy them from Joann's or wherever I can find them, really. But I like the brand Diamond Dots, DOTZ, because I find their beads match from set to set, and my OCD likes that. I don't know why. Probably so I can save them and organize them and never use them, but know they're there. Plus, Joann's like always has them on sale. It's usually where I get them is Joann's, but they like always have them on sale. Which I know probably means They're not worth what the original price is, but I don't care. Okay. So, tomorrow is my baking day. I'm gonna make pumpkin bread and cookies. And I don't, probably more cookies or brownies or I don't know anymore. But lots of baking and cranberry sauce. No canned cranberry jello for me, for us. I learned to make like this cranberry relish type stuff in like home ec in probably like the 8th grade or something like that. And I have just stuck with it. And my youngest will eat that. Like, he needs his own container of it. I have to buy 2 bags. And while 2 bags would probably feed everybody with extra, I need to buy 2 bags because I need 1 bag for him and 1 bag for everyone else. Everybody else must just make do. They can't have his container because he will eat the whole container. He will ask for it all different times of the year. Like, he'll even ask for it for his birthday. You'll be like, what kind of, treats, whatever you want at your birthday? He's like, I want cranberry sauce. Which is interesting to explain to people. And I'm going to tell everybody so you can be upset with me now. I don't like pumpkin pie. I can't. It's like mush. I can't. But I love pumpkin bread. It's more like a cakey dessert bread. What is everybody's favorite? And I don't like turkey. I don't care what you do to it. I don't know. I just prefer ham. I'll eat it, but I am not like, ooh, turkey. What is everybody's favorite thing at Thanksgiving? Your favorite food? I should set this down so you can see what I'm doing, not just build it in my hand. So the recipe I have for pumpkin bread, like, it seems like a lot, but in the end, it makes 2 loaves, so it's not that. It's a good deal. The first time I made it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so much sugar and so much flour," and then I was like, "Oh, it makes 2. That makes sense." Mincemeat pie. I don't know if I've ever had mincemeat pie to begin with, and I'm not sure I've had it on a holiday, but that sounds interesting. There we go. We'll do it the opposite way. I think we're maybe making a chair. Is that a little like shepherd's pie, but in a crust? No? Okay. I will have to look that up. Maybe I know what it is, and I just never don't realize that's what it is, or that's quite possible. Okay. Like I said, it's quite possible I know exactly what you're talking about and just never realized it was called that. Okay, we made like a throne type chair. We're gonna put that back here. Let's look up what mincemeat pie is. It helps if I can type. Is it one of those things like it says mincemeat, but it's not actually meat? Okay, I'm looking at Pillsbury, so take it or leave it. Oh, a ready-made jar of mincemeat. Okay, so I've got to know what mincemeat is now. Well, this jar already, or this recipe already doesn't classify for me because if you tell me to put a whole jar of something ready made in it, it is not a recipe. It is, or like it's not homemade. You know what I mean? Roasties, and they are absolutely your favorite. Most of it is just like fruit. That's interesting. Okay, I'm looking it up. I know it's weird, but I'm doing it. According to this Kroger, the what's in a jar of mincemeat is vine fruits such as currants, raisins, sultanas, sugars, apple cider, rapeseed oil, citrus peel, which is like orange and lemon peel, brandy, acetic acid, and mixed spices. Okay, then we do that. Then we do. Like I said, this Pillsbury recipe, I don't classify as like a good recipe because if you're telling me use a whole jar of something pre-made, I might as well just go buy like a pan, like when you buy the cake mix, which I have nothing against, but it's the difference if you're trying to make like actual homemade and quick homemade. Okay, so here's like a homemade recipe. It says 2 Granny Smith apples peeled, quartered, 8 ounces of golden raisins, 6 ounces of dark brown sugar, 4 ounces of dried figs, 2 ounces of dried cherries, 2 ounces of beef suet. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Crystallized ginger, brandy, orange, lemon, nutmeg, allspice, clove, cornmeal crust, and a recipe for the cornmeal crust. So that's interesting. Maybe I'll have to try that one time. I like trying things. I like trying different things. Okay. Pat Rat. What's with his eyes and why are they so weird? I don't think I have this one, so we're gonna do Pokey Catch Great Ball. That looks like an interesting recipe. Do you make it, Carrot, or do you I know you said you don't visit family, but like do you do it with friends, or is there like a frozen throw in the oven version that you buy? You make it? Okay, that's cool. And like I said, I have nothing against like how do I want to phrase that? Like ready-made cake mixers or cookie mixes. I have a difference. I have homemade, which is like everything from scratch. Obviously I'm not milling my own flour. Right, Carrot? You're more than welcome to spend Thanksgiving with us as well. You can come visit. Anyway, back to my saving myself from probably putting my foot in my mouth about things. So to me, there are two different types of homemade. Yes, you can. Ooh, I caught it. And I have nothing against either. It's just what I prefer versus what other people prefer, and whatever works for you works for you. Um, but I typically don't like to buy like the pre-made cake mixes or cookie mixes. Typically, I buy the Crusties pre-made mix where you just add like oil and egg, but I don't like the Pillsbury ones and stuff. I'd rather just flour, sugar, everything myself at home. I don't have anything against anybody or think, oh my god, what's wrong with her? Like, I'm not shaming. I'm just saying what I prefer. Listen, you do what you got time for. Okay. Hopefully your meeting is okay and not one that could have been an email. Like, I figure you do what you're comfortable with and what your time, allows. I prefer to make it like from scratch, but I don't like, you make it your way, I'll make it my way. I'm not, you know, I'm not shaming anybody. There was a time that I didn't make it all by hand. I did cake mixes and cookie mixes and brownie mixes. I bought it at the store, just added water and oil. And part of the reason, yeah, shame! Part of the reason I do it now, and that's my preferred way for most, is because fantasy can't have dairy or gluten. So I had to learn relatively fast how to make any of that stuff, because 10 years ago, there weren't gluten-free mixes in the store. Or dairy-free mixes in the store. You had to make your own at home. And her deal is, it's not lactose. She cannot have any of the proteins in dairy. So like resin and casein and whey, she can't have those either. And they're in like everything. Even things that don't have dairy, there's dairy proteins in as preservatives. So I had to learn relatively quickly how to make the recipes at home. Or she wasn't going to have cakes or cookies like ever. Okay, this is this little like interior wall. And it's going to go right here. If I can get it to go right there. Okay, it helps if I put it the right direction. But yeah, so you do what works for you. I'm all for that, 100%. If you don't have time, and like you only have time to grab, or you're not a great baker, or any of that. Listen, I can't make, if it calls for yeast, I'm out. Because I can never get it right. Okay, I'm guessing steps and I was wrong. Like, I don't know, I guess I never get like the water temperature right. And the yeast never works out for me. So if it calls for yeast, I'm out. I buy frozen bread that you let thaw on your counter and then bake. And that's as close to home baked bread as we're getting. Unless I get a bread machine or somebody gives me a really good bread recipe that doesn't include yeast. So, like I said, no shame. You do what your skill level and comfort and time allow. Like, that's my whole thing. You do what works for you. Okay, these pieces are so dark on this book that it's hard to see. But yes, I am totally do what works for you. Okay, yeah, on the last, not in the middle. Yeast is not my friend. No matter what I do, it never comes out right. My mother-in-law makes a great yeast roll. Oh, it's fantastic. And she's like, you just, if it feels warm, it's good. I'm like, no, listen, the yeast will not cooperate with me. You misspelled your registration report. So that means you don't have a meeting, or is it a different day? It means I don't have a meeting. I set up all of my meetings as registration, so I don't have to show up if no one signs up. That's fantastic. So no one signed up, which is a little sad, but at the same time, now you don't have a meeting. Right? Work smarter, not harder. I totally agree. Technically, you did your job. You can't make people sign up. You're listen, you do what you got to do. Holidays are taxing. And I know you said you were going to host this time on Thursday. So, you do what you got to do. I wasn't sure if I was going to stream on Friday. Obviously, I'm not going to stream on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. But I wasn't sure if I was going to stream on Friday, but Crazy said he wants to try to do a co-stream again. So I think we have figured out how to co-stream on Twitch with the stream together thing. She's going to do a stream for you on Friday. That's news to me. I know. She said she needed to make sure it worked for both of you, but that's fine. I just like teasing her. Okay, I need... Yes, that. She's going to teach us how to play Pokey. Do you want her to stream it, or do you want to do it through Discord? I don't know which one's better for that. Like on Discord, is it like on here? On Discord, is it like on here? Oh, you know what helps is if I pay attention to what I'm doing. Listen, Carrot, this is your fault. This is what it was like watching Carrot stream yesterday. I don't know how. I'm just teasing you, Carrot. But I feel like a little bit like what you were doing yesterday. Put together, realize it's wrong, take it back apart. That's what we were doing yesterday. Oh, I put it together. That's wrong. Take it back apart. Try again. I've never streamed anything on Discord. Is Discord? I guess makes you feel left. Like this is what apparently I am all over the place. Nothing's. Pay no attention to the craziness. I just got done telling you I gotta stop doing things wrong, and then I did this wrong. Was it Crazy was talking about like his intro, I guess, or live notification. His is like welcome to the Crazy movie or something like that, and I was like, mine just says come build and chat or chat with me while I build. And I was like, maybe I should just put it welcome to the chaos, where chaos ensues, or welcome to the madhouse where chaos ensues. I was like, maybe that should be my intro. Okay, so this is the end of bag 5. We pretty much just did a little snow and then this wall and that wall. But I was like, maybe that's what I should make it say. Like, welcome to the chaos. Or welcome to the madhouse. Let the chaos ensue. Because I feel like I'm all over the place. Like, all the time. We're gonna have another little Viking man. And I know some of it is like getting comfortable streaming. So like I feel like you're like for me at least that you're not completely like your own personality. You know what I mean? Like you normally are with people you know when you first start streaming. Like you have to get comfortable and all that kind of stuff. Okay, our Lego man does not have a double face, just one face. And then as you get comfortable streaming, it's a little like dating. Your personality comes out a little bit, yeah. You know what I mean? Like your personality comes out the more you stream. And or like even if it's not on your stream, but like in other people's streams, like while you're talking to them. It comes out a little bit more and a little bit more. And eventually you guys will realize that I am crazy.
We have always lurked among you.
Hi, Dustley. I will get you a shout out in just a minute. This is our little... Ooh, he needs his shield. Apparently, and his sword. Right? Like, I am horrible. I have no filter. I will say the most odd things. Like poor Carrot's stream last night, where I was not actually watching it, but Crazy was on his phone in bed, and he's like, I could hear him talking about not being able to find any more softwood, or that he only had hardwood, but he needed softwood, and I was like, well, that's typically what comes after hardwood is softwood. Probably because Crazy's been busy. In his hand. Okay, here's my little Viking man. Let's see if we can't maybe in there to get him to focus. There we go. Isn't he cool with his little sword and shield? Yeah, I was like, well, I mean, softwood usually comes after hardwood. And then every time he said softwood, I could tell he was like, she's gonna keep it up. But yes, I am horrible. I like to be as surprised about what comes out my mouth as everyone else is because I have no filter and it just comes out. And I can tell the longer I stream, the more that is happening. So, yeah, what am I keeping up? Yeah. So I was like, oh my god, my personality. Everybody's gonna realize I'm horrible. Yeah. You know those shirts and cups and say sarcasm loading? Crazy says I don't need that because they're all locked and loaded and ready, and I will just say stuff. It's horrible. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm like horrible. I probably should not be a child-friendly channel, but I was telling Crazy last night. I was like, you have no idea the amount of like control it takes while I'm streaming to not say certain things. Because my brain is like, and I'm like, oh my god, stop! You're gonna get us banned. I have to make it a not child-friendly channel, or at least put a warning. Like, Really, I'm horrible. And this is something I know about myself. And I usually curse way more. Like, a lot, a lot. The blip bug
This whole game
escaped.
is rigged.
Right. And that's, I guess, kind of it. I'm like, should I be all ages? I am building Legos after all. But how it was a bit of a mission. Yeah, because there are so many that aren't. So I was like, okay, but I know eventually the things I say are gonna get me in trouble. Because I can't help myself. So, speaking of that, I'm weird. Like, all those things mean is that a parent should check first. Like, your child doesn't have to be 13 to go to the movie theater and see that movie. Like, you may have to go with them, but ultimately it's your choice. Like, which is what's killing me with the book centering in your state still. And really, I guess it's a whole nationwide thing, not just Florida. But it is up to the parent to decide what their child can and cannot read based on their maturity. Those are just guidelines. And it kills me so much. Because my youngest was probably, I don't know, it's while we were in Virginia, so he was at least, he was like 9. 9-ish, we'll say. Right? And like I said, I don't really think it's just Florida. I think it's everywhere now. Like, I call them Christian Moms Against Fun, so if you're Christian, I'm sorry. But typically, those are the people doing it. Anyway, what I was saying, is that as a parent, it's your job to decide what your child can and cannot read. And just because you don't want your child to read it, doesn't mean you get to tell the rest of the world they can't read it either. That's not how that works. So I saw a video today of this mom flipping out because she took her kid to see some movie, but she did not do her due diligence first. The movie is called There's Something in the Barn, which just the title lets you know it's probably a horror movie, right? To you? Isn't that what that sounds like? Apparently, this movie is about a family who inherits a farm from some aunt the dad didn't even know he had, or something like that. Okay, let me finish this step and I will do that. And when they get there, there's an angry elf or something living in the barn, and it wants to get rid of them. But the whole deal is that she comes out of the movie theater talking about how they should have informed her ahead of time that the movie was not for children, that it was rated R, because now her 13-year-old is crying. But that's not the movie theater's job. They don't set the ratings. Somebody else does. And so she's yelling and cursing and demanding the manager's personal phone number so that she can call her and yell at her that she didn't do her due diligence as a parent. But I mean, all you have to do is look at the movie poster and it's going to tell you what the rating for the movie is. But my whole point in this is that those are just guidelines. You decide what your child is old enough or can handle. Those are just guidelines. So while they say PG-13, I have never stopped cussing in front of my children. Whatever they say on stream, they've probably heard from me. But yes, people are wild. Like, it's not everybody's job to make sure your child is comfortable and never encounters anything wrong. That's your job as the parent, not. And so many books get banned because of the dumbest thing. There's a book about a little black African American girl who realizes that her friends and classmates have different types of hair, right? And at first, she feels like her hair should match everybody else's, right? And then she goes on this little journey where she discovers that it's okay that her hair is different. And her friends accept it, and she accepts that their hair is different from hers, and everybody is happy. And they want this book banned because how dare she? They teach acceptance to little kids. I was at Aldi the other day, and I'm pretty sure someone threatened a gun on an old lady who was in the road waiting for handicap. Yeah, like, it's crazy. It is just outrageous. And so I see in the news all the time about like kids beating each other up or kids doing like adult crimes. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they bullied someone, which is bad. I'm not saying bullying isn't bad, but like, they're not doing typical kid things. They're like breaking into houses and shooting people, ganging up on people and beating the crap out of them. And then when they get caught, their parents is like, but they're just my little babies. They shouldn't have to do this. What do you mean you're going to try them as an adult? They did an adult crime. They're going to do adult time. It was your job to make sure that they knew that was wrong, and you didn't. Instead, you made them think the world revolved around them, and now they have no outlet to deal with their feelings in a healthy manner. So they just go postal. I personally think sometimes the parents should be charged right along next to them because they failed to raise their child in a way that didn't damage society. Yeah, my poor baby would never do that. My baby is a good boy. He doesn't do wrong things like that. Lady, I have seen your kid. He most certainly has no idea or concept of consequences. That's the thing too I hear a lot as my kids were growing up. Like, I don't want to say strict, but there were certain things they were not going to do. You know what I mean? And so I didn't when they did it, there was a consequence. Depending on their age and what they did, the consequences varied, but there were consequences. And people were like, I don't want to break my poor baby's spirit. If me punishing them for doing something wrong is going to break their spirit, then I'm going to break their spirit because I ain't unleashing a-holes into the world. I mean, chances are they're probably still going to be a-holes, but not a-holes that way. Like, you have to accept that you play a part in how your child deals with the outside world. If they're never told no and they're given everything they want, then they don't know how to act in the real world when somebody tells them no and doesn't just give them what they want. I know, Carrot. I'm a totally, 80s mom. Like, if I could get away with, where are your children? Oh, crap, I have children and it's 10 o'clock at night. I would. But there are weird people out there, so I can't allow my children to just run around. But 80s would have been a nice time to be a mom. You just kicked them outside and said, deal with it. Yeah, no was not, you could say no. I don't want to say that you couldn't say no in the house because that sounds horrible. But when I asked you a question, And it wasn't a yes or no, like, do you want the blue plate or the red plate? And no happened. Okay, then you don't need to eat because until you can answer my question. Like, I didn't deny them food, but no is not an appropriate answer to this question. I asked this or this. No was nowhere in there. Like, do you want orange juice or apple juice? No. What do you want? No. That I didn't know. I didn't ask you a yes or no question. So until you can answer the question, I'm not going to go around doing this. Or I'd be like, okay, it's time for bed. And they're like, no. Okay. That wasn't even a question at all. Go. I know I phrased it as a question, but I also know that you know it wasn't a question. I think a lot of people have taken this gentle parenting to mean that your child is never told no and you just give them whatever they want. But no, you still have to redirect them in a positive way, to get them to understand that that's wrong. I need you to do this, or this is what you do in an appropriate situation. However, I've also told my kids that you don't hit first, but you have permission to finish it. So if somebody hits you at school, you better finish it. And I don't care where they go to school or whatever thing they're in, that is always going to be my motto. Like, I don't want you to hit first. I want you to use your words. I want you to tell an adult, somebody in charge. I want you to walk away. I want you to do all those things first. But if it came down to it and they hit you, finish it. I've also taught them sarcasm, which may not be the best in today's current climate. My youngest gets in trouble a lot. For somebody will say something to him and then he says something back instead of just letting it go, which is, I don't totally agree with, because it's kind of like the hitting thing. If you allow somebody to continually say things to you, they're going to keep doing it. You know, should you tell a teacher that they're saying these things to you? Absolutely. But I kind of feel like you should be able to say something back. I was totally that kid. I said a lot of things in school. Somebody would say something to me and I'd be like, okay, whatever. And then I'd say something back and they'd get offended. But I found that if you said something bad enough, like to hurt their feelings enough, they didn't say something to you again. Like, they didn't try to bully you to begin with. And it quickly got around that you weren't going to take anybody's crap. But that's not the way it is in schools anymore. So you have to judge the line, you know, which is a little hard to do. Because now they don't even want you to hurt anybody's feelings, but that's not life. It takes it, I think, too far, because there's always going to be people you don't like, or that you just intrinsically can't get along with. Yes, you need to learn to keep your mouth shut, but at the same time, there's always going to be that person who is going to say things to you, and I think you need to learn how to deal with that as well, where it isn't just swept away and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's a fine line, but you do need to learn that. True, that is true as well. But there are some people who are going to keep at it. in all fairness, my sarcasm is something that came way too easily to me at way too young of an age. And I was good at having like one liner comebacks, which is not appropriate in every situation. But I did not look at what time we started. I looked up at 20. So I'm just going to say that we started this at 20. Okay. Maybe I should have done this the opposite way. Folded the other side of the bag, not that side. These baggies that came with this set were a little small for the actual bags the beads are in. So I had to like fold the bag some, and of course I folded the wrong side of the bag. I cut a hole in the bag on one side and then also folded that side in, which means I can't get the beads out of the hole I cut. So we'll just adjust that a little bit. But I had accepted a long time ago that in mommy groups, I was the mean mom because I wouldn't make their lunches for them or carry their book bags, or if they could do it themselves, they needed to do it themselves. I wasn't gonna keep doing it. But I also didn't like do nothing. So, yes, they make their own lunches and they have since like kindergarten. But I had a system that made it easier for them to do. Like I bought these mini milk crate things and I put snacks in them. So you take one out of this crate, one out of this crate. Then I had some in the fridge that had like deli meat or veggies or whatever pre-cut and in the bag. So you just grabbed one from that container. So I didn't do nothing, but I also taught them how to do them themselves. Like I heard this lady on Facebook, or who knows where she really was. I watched it on Facebook. Yep, crazy, you missed it. They got them fast today. But her thing, she said it, I think, the best way I've ever heard it. She said that parenting is about jobs. You do that job until your child can do it themselves, then you teach them how to do that job. Your goal as a parent is to run out of jobs. So you do their lunches until they can make their own. Then you wash their laundry till they can make their own. You do this and this and this and this. But the whole point as a parent is to run out of jobs. Till one day they're doing everything, because they're going to eventually need to know how to do everything. So the idea that, oh, I just won't make them do it until they're older really isn't a great one, because they need to know how to do these things. And waiting until they're almost 18 and getting ready to leave the house, whether that be for their own apartment, their first job, or to go to college, to try to teach them how to do all these things themselves is doing them a disservice. Crazy had airmen who didn't know how to tie their shoes, didn't know how to do laundry, didn't know how to sign their own name. I mean, the signing the name is a little bit of the school's fault because they stopped doing cursive, and I don't understand that. But by not teaching them at key points in their life and waiting until they're ready to leave the house doesn't help anybody. But that's my point of view. I mean, you are more than welcome to raise your children however you feel. But I feel like they need to know these things, so I teach. That's how I do it with my kids. I do them until you can do them yourself, and then I don't do them anymore. Okay, it says ad break ends in 30 seconds. I didn't see that come up to tell me the ads were starting, so sorry about that. But you know, parenting's one of those things. It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. I will step down from my soapbox. Okay, I think we should be back from ads. Thank you for staying for my TED Talk. About 2 minutes left on this. And I will show you what I got finished on it, just like I do with the Legos. Yeah, I feel like not enough people teach their children independence. They feel like it's gonna make them grow up too fast. Get on the little stick. I will say with some, like I said, with the name brand ones I get, I don't really have this problem. But some of these, like off brand, cheaper ones, like especially these, so they're colored on one side, and then the flat side that sticks is silver, you know? But I find more often with these kind of off brandy sets that the color is messed up. So the flat side is orange or green or whatever, and the side that's supposed to be up and colored is silver, like it got messed up on the conveyor belt or whatever. Not enough that you can't do the projects, but I find it happens more often with these than with what I consider the name brand. Okay, that is it for this 15-minute segment. I finished the black, and I got that, like, I don't know, we'll say third of the orange done. But yes, thank you for staying for my TED Talk rant while I worked on this. Nope, just that one. Kids are crazy. Adults are crazy. Everyone's crazy. I'm not going to put it away in case it gets claimed again. And I'm going to hydrate. Okay. We started bag 6. I showed you the little man. We'll put him out here on the dock. Eat sugar. Okay. I only have, well, now 3. 4, now 3 little segments of my Cherry's chocolate bar. My package is out for delivery. Okay. I did this step. But like I said, I feel like parenting's a no-win. Somebody's always going to disagree with the way you choose to parent. It's just a fact of life. Okay. Six of these. Okay. Here, here, and hey booklet, or hey Devinverse. I was reading what you wrote. Sorry. Hello Devinverse. Let me get you a shout out at. There we go. Oh, I don't think I did one for crazy. You just woke up from a nap? Well, I hope your nap was good. Naps are good. Naps are very underrated. We as children hate naps. You fight naps like crazy. And as adults, we're like, man, I wish I could take a nap. Why did I refuse all those naps as a small child? It's because we were afraid we were going to miss something if we took a nap. And now as adults, we're like, please, let me miss something. Okay, just one moment, Devin. I saw you commented. Let me find these pieces so I don't get lost in the middle of a step. A nerd jerk, nerd joke, and the sloth hood. Okay, 1, 2, 3. My hood is back here somewhere. There we go. If you can't tell, I'm still horrible at remembering that it's the opposite direction I need to go when I do try to fix something in the camera. Yes, words are very hard today. I can't word, I can't anything today. Okay, a nerd joke. Oh, jerk. Jesus, I'll figure it out eventually. Let's scroll through. We got a helioasic. I don't know however you say that. Okay, let's see. What did the scientist say when he found 2 isotopes of helium? Hee hee. Okay, Hood. You're crooked, but we're leaving ya. He said hee hee because helium is H-E, or is capital H, lowercase e. So he said hee hee. Like haha. It's a nerd joke. They're dad nerd jokes, basically. I need to find. I had a list a long time ago of ones that were like almost you had to be of like a certain IQ to even find them funny. And these are similar, but they're not quite the same. But yeah, they're just kind of like dad jokes. I have a list. The current website I use has like um jokes for math nerds, jokes for science nerds, jokes for grammar nerds, all kind of jokes. But I like them, but they are kind of dad joke-ish, so okay. So we got 2 windows here. We're gonna put them right there. It keeps trying to slide further down. There we go. I think I got it now. But yes, some of them are like, I don't get it. What is Thanksgiving music, though? I will tell you, I will not be playing Christmas music next month because I kind of hate Christmas music. Like, it's the same 10 songs played, sang, however you want to say it, by 100 different people. I really don't like Christmas music. So unless I can find some like rock Christmas music, I probably won't be playing Christmas music at all. But I don't know, what is Thanksgiving music. I had mentioned before October was over that I might need to change the music, and somebody was like, why? And I was like, because this is kind of spooky, carnival-y. And they're like, so what? I don't know what I would necessarily change it to, other than some kind of like, I mean, obviously it has to be no copyright music, but come on, get on. There we go. Okay, that is what this side is looking like. But yes, I don't know what Thanksgiving music is. If you want the music that's played at my house on Thanksgiving, it's like Falling in Reverse and Hollywood Undead, and it's just more rock music. If I'm going to be forced to stand in the kitchen and cook, it's going to be with good music. For some Christmas music? Okay. Well, you can whisper it to me or put it in the chat, but I don't know what Thanksgiving music is. Okay, it wants me to rotate. Okay, we're gonna make an axe. Give a little axe. And it's going to go in the corner. Just get my hand right so I don't break anything. There we go. And these are gonna go around the fire. And then this there. And then this one there. I saw them in concert, Carrot. We saw them, Papa Roach, Falling in Reverse, Papa Roach, Hollywood Undead, and I want to say somebody else, but I can't remember who. But we saw them in concert. It was so good. Well, okay, me and Crazy did. The children did not. They were supposed to, because it was supposed to be a winter concert, but they got like snowed in Colorado or something like that. And so we were the tiny stop between Colorado and another city. And if they stopped at us, they would have missed like the next big venue. So they skipped us, apologized profusely. We got our money back and everything. But then during the summer, they decided to come through as like a makeup tour or a makeup stop. Uh, but it just happened to be when the kids were at sleepaway summer camp. And I needed that time away from them. I love my children, but I needed that time away from them. I wasn't, it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. It was a 4-H camp, but sponsored by the Air Force. So it was normally like a $300 per child camp. And because the military sponsored it, we only paid $25. So I spent $50 to send them both away for 4 days and 3 nights. It was a good, they learned things. It was fun. Okay, that's what I did on the inside there. I always feel like I'm slightly off. I want to turn on my light so you can see a little bit better, but I'm also afraid it's going to be too much and then create glare. That's a little better. Okay. I will, let me see. Figure it out, figure it out.
In my heart, I'm an artist, but my drawings, they were never.
Ah, I dropped my Lego man. Sorry. I'm trying to look at this, like that. All music from what license from I'll have to check that out to make sure it's safe to do on stream without a copyright. I always have to make sure that I'm not going to get in trouble for copyright stuff. A group of skeletons. A bag of, oh, well, that would be just one, a bag of bones. I don't know. Is that close? I love Hollywood Undead, a pile of bones. I've heard it as a bag of bones, but that's, yeah, that one's good too. Okay, now we have a little pot. And I found you before, now I gotta find you again. There's that piece. Get my mouse back out of the way. Okay, ooh, we're making like how do I want to, like a rotisserie above the fire thing. Hydrate. Okay, I will do that as soon as I get this piece on. Make sure I'm doing this right. Here we go. Seemed off. So we built like a little so you can cook on the fire. This is my cup for today. It kind of looks like a little bit like stained glass. And inside I have peppermint espresso, the Starbucks drink. You know, you buy it in the cold coffee in the jug. I hate pumpkin spice everything. But with the same enthusiasm that pumpkin spice girls have, I have that same enthusiasm for anything peppermint. You're allergic to coffee. Ooh, that's a. I've never heard of that allergy before, but honestly, you can be allergic to anything. And you could not be allergic to something and then develop an allergy to it, too. Allergies are weird. I didn't know it, obviously, because I wouldn't have done it until afterward, but I am allergic to the ink in one of my tattoos, or something in the ink in one of my tattoos. Because when my allergies get really bad, like if you're allergic to pollen and stuff, like it'll be fine, but then you get like hives or whatever. When my I guess when the histamine in my body gets really high, I will itch the crap out of my chest. I'm allergic to something in the tattoo ink in one of my tattoos. Yeah, it's something in the ink, and it's not all the time. It's just some of the time. So I have a big feather and it turns into birds, but something in this blue ink I am allergic to. Yeah, it's like I don't it's fine, but when my allergies, like, we went to the zoo and it was like National Elephant Day or whatever. So they had where you could actually go in the elephant house, and they had lots of hay laying around because that's what they feed the elephants. And within like 2 minutes of being in there, my allergies went crazy and I like clawed my chest open. I had broken all the blood vessels from itching it, but I am allergic to something in the ink, and it only happens when it goes up, like when my allergies are already active. But yeah, it's bad. I was like, oh my god. But it's one of those things you don't know until it happens. Like I didn't have any reaction while I got the tattoo or afterwards. It's just when my other allergies kick in and get really bad, then it activates that. It's even hard to kind of explain. But yeah, it gets bad. Like I'll get all these little like hivey bumps in it, and so I'm clearly allergic to something in the ink. But like I said, it only reacts when my allergies are already bad. So it's like making a bad situation worse. But I had no way to know that I was allergic to it. And it's not going to stop me from getting another tattoo and it having blue ink in it, because honestly each brand is so different, has different ingredients in it. So, and actually the tattoo on my back has blue in it. It's not the same kind of darker blue, it's more like a teal, but I have no problem with that. So it could very well just be the brand she used. I don't know. But like I said, it's not gonna stop me from getting another one. Okay, we have a Scroopy. Let's see, do I have either of those balls? A netball or a cipher ball? Pokey, catch, netball. No, I do not. Pokey, catch, cipher. Typing is not my friend today. Apparently, I have a cipher ball, though. But yeah, allergies are crazy. You can totally not be allergic to something all your life and then all of a sudden develop an allergy to it. You can grow out of allergies as well. Like my daughter had asthma when she was a baby, but she doesn't anymore. So it's there's really no rhyme or reason. They were hoping she would grow out of her milk and gluten allergy, but that did not happen. Let's see, timer balls. caught it. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah. I didn't know, but apparently strawberries are a very common allergy. You call tips on catching the next Pokemon. Kevin's theory is that if you catch it and or if you throw your Pokeball and then immediately say the game is rigged, that you get the Pokemon. Because in theory, if you call them out on it, you have to get the Pokemon. Like, they have to give it to you. It doesn't always work, but that is Kevin's theory. So he will throw his Pokeball and immediately say rigged. They can. It's just okay. So my theory on this game is it's a little like gambling. Keep in mind you're not actually spending money. So, but it's the same kind of concept. When you first join, I feel like they let you catch every single thing for like a while, and then it's less, and then you catch like nothing for a long time, or what feels like a long time, and then back to catching it periodically. So they get you hooked. And then you're like, if I just one more throw and I'll catch something. I know I'll catch something on the next time. I'm convinced that's what it is. It's a little like gambling. You get addicted to catching it, and then they say, no, thank you, ma'am. You can't catch anything. And just when you're about to call it and say, I'm never playing this again, they let you catch a Pokemon and keep you hooked. Like I said, you're not spending any money, but I feel like that is what it is like. And we've been in here where like 4 people have caught the Pokemon. It's definitely not a one person, but it is very much a random. Okay. I usually throw a Pokemon at a Pokemon, can throw it at a Pokemon. But yes, you're right, Kaz. More than one person can catch it if the game wants you to. I am sure there's an algorithm for it, just like everything else. Okay. I think these are too big. Okay. Okay. So then we have these. And yeah. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure what you're meaning. Okay. Oof. Get off. So, I mean, like, you are catching a Pokemon with your Pokeball. But what you catch is subjective. And, if you haven't done your Poke Daily, don't forget to do your Poke Daily. If you don't know what Poke Daily is, in the Discord, there's a Poke group where you can type in Poke Daily and you get money and Pokeballs, and sometimes they have you get rare things. Sometimes you get a Poke gift, and then you need 5 people in the chat to be playing Pokemon so you can give one person a Poke Gift, and the thing chooses at random who gets it and what they get. But that is all done through the gifts are done through gift Discord. Sometimes you just get like a little bit of money and some Pokeballs. Sometimes you get Poke tickets, Poke gifts, all different kinds of stuff. But you must go to Discord to do your Poke Daily. Make sure you type it in correctly because there is like a slow mode or whatever where you have to wait to type it in again if you type it wrong. So, yep, I've gotten Cipher Balls, Night Balls, Feather Balls, Poke tickets, gem pouches, all kinds of stuff. Okay. Do this 8 times. So this, then this, then this, then this, and then put it somewhere on the side. Yeah, sometimes it's just like they'll tell you it's a common reward, and then sometimes they'll be like, you got an uncommon reward, and it's like doo 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 doo. Sometimes you get like a rare gift, all kinds of stuff. It's fun. And if you have 2 of the same kind of Pokemon, you can do a Wonder Trade, which I think you can only do it every 2 or 3 hours. And you don't like get to pick what you get traded. It's just a mystery surprise what you get. But you can trade if you have 2 of the same type of Pokemon. There's that side. Power Rangers. I don't know, Power Rangers were weird to me. I was the right age when they came out, but I just couldn't get behind it. Like, even as a kid. I guess, and I don't know how true it is, but when they first came out, they were like banned in other countries because of violence, fighting in the show. And I heard, and like I said, I have no idea if this is true, and I don't even know where I heard it anymore, considering my age when Power Rangers first came out, that in Germany they were banned because some kids were trying to like mimic the show, and they wound up beating some kid to death trying to recreate the show in like their backyard or something. This kid wound up dying. Again, I have no clue if it is remotely true. I just remember hearing that or reading it somewhere when it not long after they came out. But I knew they were banned in other countries. So that's what those 8 pieces look like. Kind of the same on both sides. Let me set this down, and we are on to bag 7, which is a baby bag all by itself. I know that's common with a lot of different shows. Other countries ban them, or they change things in the cartoon or the show in order for it to air in that country. I mean, it's not just with TV shows, it's with music and CD covers or album covers. I know we've talked about it before in like Disney movies. Like, what was that one where they talk about the core memories and stuff? When they show the little girl in America, she's eating broccoli. But when it's aired in like Japan, they changed it to green peppers, and it's something else in another country. Like, they get changed based on the country. Thank you, Devin. You have a great day as well. Make sure I got this in the right direction. way. So I think it was last week, Netflix released more episodes. My brain was like, what are they called? More episodes of The Crown, and I love that show. So, but it had been a while since they released episodes, so I went back to the beginning and started watching them from the beginning, which isn't terribly long because there's not like your normal 20 episodes in a season on Netflix. Right. I think I'm on 3 or 4. Where Charles is like secretly seeing Camilla, and he just started talking about dating Diana. Like they just went on their first date. That's kind of where I am. But yes, it had been a while, so I had to start from the beginning. Anybody else do that? If it's been a while since you watched a show, you go back to the beginning and you're like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm looking for a piece and it's already on there and in my hand. Oh boy. Okay, so this one goes on this side. Okay, I was gonna try to like just push it down inside, but it's hitting other pieces, so I had to pre-tilt it. And it kind of makes like banners next to the chair. Kind of made like banners there to buy the chair. So I always made the joke that the queen didn't like Charles like later in life, and that she would probably have him offed before she died so that he couldn't have the crown. And I want to be honest, I was really surprised that didn't happen. I totally expected her to take out her own child and just give it to William. I was in London the day Charles married Camilla, and we had gone to see all the crown jewels, that they have on display and whatnot. And the only thing missing from the entire collection was one scepter that, they used to bang on the floor and announce people. Like the guard holds it or whatever, the person holds it and announces. That was the only thing missing from the whole collection. And that was wrong. Yeah, so that was the only thing missing from the collection, and she did not attend Charles's wedding to Camilla. She didn't go. She made them essentially get married at the Justice of the Peace next door. Eventually, I will stop dropping pieces. What did I do with that piece now? Oh, I put it up here. But yes, she did not attend his wedding to Camilla. And there was no like you think of a royal wedding, you think of traffic stopped, parades, the whole 9
This whole
yards.
game is rigged.
There wasn't that. I was standing in front of the palace like nothing was going on. They didn't have the road closed in front of it or anything. It was very odd. I was like, if that doesn't talk about how much she disapproves of this, nothing does. But I also think they offed Diana. I don't think she died. Her death was not an accident. I could do like a whole stream on like the royal, like talk about them the whole time. I don't think you guys want that though. But yes, that's what I'm currently binge watching. So Carrot is obviously watching the same thing. Anybody else currently watching anything fun? I think new episodes of Virgin River are supposed to come out soon. That's also on Netflix. Okay. I feel like I did something wrong again. And this page doesn't want to go back. Okay, yes. Yes, but no. Okay, here. I did. I skipped a whole step. That's what you're doing? I skipped a whole step. Carrot, we have got to get our stuff together. This is not going well. He was having trouble with it yesterday, and now apparently it's contagious because I'm doing it today. He blamed Steel for a sticker being put on Crooked yesterday. He was like, she's not here to defend herself. We're going to blame it on Steel. And of course, now I've told her, even though she wasn't in stream. Oops. He was like, if anybody asks, we're just going to say Steel did it. Listen, I think it's because I get so involved in what I'm talking about that I stop really paying attention, or as much attention as I should, to the thing, and I just start putting things where I think they should go, or where I'm guessing they go. And I'm wrong. I just have to pay better attention. That's a joke. That's not going to happen. Okay, we got our little peaks for roofs built. Ooh, now we're going to build doors. I'm going to set this off to the side, but that's how it's looking now, kind of. I'm going to set it off to the side, though, so we can build these doors. Actually, I'm just gonna dump out what's left because if we're building these 2 doors, it's probably the end of that bag. And we're gonna use all the pieces anyway, so. Trying to rotate this block. It's square, not like it matters. Okay, this is the door. Kind of simple. Let's turn this around. One door. Oh, Carrot. Sam's Club has Pokemon, I think for $40. You can get this whole thing. That's good. Oh, I'm trying to. I think those are extra pieces. We can look it up real quick if you want. I think it's $40. Let's put the other door on. Oh, it didn't click. There's our doors. Never mind the little Viking man I just threw overboard. You can open them. And then they just kind of... Boop. Yes. That was the end of bag 7. Let's see if I can pull them up. Let me quick pay for those things. Ooh. Move to cart. I had an item saved. And now it's available again. I held off buying it. And then, of course, they ran out, so. Let me quick check those 2 things out, and I will bring up the Sam's Club. Okay. Oh, it didn't bring it up. Okay. Okay, let's see. Web browsing. There we go. So, if we type in the Pokemons, yeah, they're $40. This is the kit you can get from Sam's Club if you have a Sam's membership. They have Lucario and Titar. So it says you get sorry, it doesn't. Here we go. Jump into battle with this powerhouse Pokemon. Be ready to make a big impression alongside a lot of powerful Pokemon as you grow your Pokemon collection with dozens and dozens of cards. This box comes with 14 booster packs for a total of 140 cards. You get a Lucario V, a Titar V, right there. Then you get this oversized card. Then you get their basic versions, like the non-special versions. You get these 2 coins and 14 packs. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 14 packs. For $40. You guys should probably take advantage of it. We've gotten them. Oh, look, and they have trainer boxes too for 35. And you were talking about these in your stream yesterday, Carrot. The Mega Bloks Pokemon. Here you get 3 of them for $40 in this pack. Back. There we go. But yes, all the excitement. I will always enable you to buy more Pokemon. Or whatever it is you're currently hoarding. Okay. Then 2 baby packs. So this part, we're going to be building the roof for this main building. If you need a friend to tell you not to buy things, I'm not that friend. I'm not that friend at all. I will always encourage you to buy whatever it is you want. Okay. I'm gonna dump this one out into the river so I can spread the pieces out better. That's much better. Okay. Ooh, what's coming up? A baggin. I don't think that's a baggin. I think something happened. I think it broke. Because that is not a baggin. That's like the evolution of a Meowth. A Persian, I think it's called. That is not a baggin. Oh, there is a person at my front door. Oh, it's Amazon. Ooh, we got a new toy. So, we had... I need one of those, and I grabbed 2. We had basically a dot, echo, whatever you want to call it, in like every room. And we had them all when we moved. However, we got here and then we couldn't find one, the one that Crazy had been using in his office. So, as I'm prone to do, I was essentially doom scrolling Amazon, which I don't recommend at all, but I do it often. Don't do that. It's bad. I caught it and Carrot caught it. And they had all their products, their echoes, their dots on sale. So we got a new Echo Show, but it's a big one. It's got like an 8-inch screen on it. So now, in theory, it's supposed to let me know when somebody's at my door, but it did not. Welcome back! You didn't miss anything. It's just me. Well, actually, it did. Since you're back, I will show you in just a minute. But I was telling Carrot, and I guess both of you, really, that Sam's Club has these Legos on... Legos. There we go. Sam's Club has these Pokemon kits on sale. You get 14 booster packs, plus you get the Lucario and Titar V card, the original cards, and this oversized Lucario V card, plus these 2 coins here for $40. I think you should take advantage of that. You know you want to. You need more Poke cards. And I was saying that if you need a friend to stop you from spending money, I'm not that friend. I'm an enabler. Like, I will always encourage you to spend more money. To buy what is your heart's desire. I mean, in the end, or would you be able to tell that they're 151 cards as opposed to other cards? I mean, I know there's a teeny tiny little thing in the corner that says it, but I mean, other than that, is there like art that is specific to just the 151s? I'm just curious what makes them different. They're specially drawn. Okay. I keep thinking this Lego is not centered right. But then amongst those, they have their own special... Okay. I never know. I'm just like, okay, it's another Pokemon card. You do what you need to do, Steel. Or you can just get on and vent and chill. But you do what you need to do. I understand the being tired. It's rained all day yesterday and most of today. I think the sun is finally trying to peek out. But it makes me so tired when it's like that. Not if, but when it's like that. Like, I could seriously just sit on the couch and fall asleep. Yeah, when the weather's wonky like that, I don't know. You're not the piece I was looking for. Just kind of shaped the same. Ooh. I read a book yesterday that was called Scrooge-ish. But it was kind of cool because for once it wasn't a grumpy man and a sunshine girl. It was a grumpy woman. Which frankly I think at holiday time is much more appropriate and realistic. See, this is what I'm talking about. Earlier, when I talked about how hard I have to sometimes think not to say things, this is one of those things. Not about your game, about something with my Lego set. Like, my instant thought was not good. You found 2 Pokey Packs they were hiding? Oh, yeah, Pokey Packs. My brain was like, did she say backpacks? No, Pokey Packs. You found them hiding in your room somewhere? See, my brain... Let's see if I can get this stuff to focus. There we go. My brain went, ooh, a golden weenie. Found them. Probably had them on your desk and at some point thought they were empty and scooped them up with a bunch of empty wrappers, and then they got kind of thrown off to the side. That's not a flat like I thought it was. And one of you. And one of you. 2 of you. Yes, we already talked about Carrot Stream, how I said he was looking for softwood, and I said that happens after hardwood. I have no filter. I talked about it in the beginning, because, like, the more you stream, the more you're like, okay, I can be myself. But myself is questionable at best. Yeah, because when I see this piece, all I think is golden weenie. I have lots of semi-inappropriate jokes. Like, what do you call a tater tot that's fallen down your shirt? A titty tot, a titty tot. And I'm still gonna eat it. Yeah, this is what my brain is like all the time. Inappropriate comment after inappropriate comment. So that's what this looks like currently. I'm glad I could make you laugh, Carrot. This is what I've been holding back the entire time. A questionably mentally stable person. Okay, Fantasy, I see you commented, redeemed, however you want to say that, and I will look at it in just a second. I saw it flash, but I'm picking up things. Wear Nightmare Before Christmas headband, and she's on that coaster. Yes, like everything. I say, like, normally I am 100% inappropriate comments. Like, I shouldn't be left alone around children, and yet somehow I raised like 2 of them. In all fairness, my oldest I didn't really raise. He lives with his dad. But I shouldn't be allowed. Like, I am horrible with the comments, and everything is inappropriate. Okay, I'm going to remember to look at the time this time. It was 36, so 40 at 10 till. generally everything I say is somehow an inappropriate comment. That friend that you should never put on speakerphone, I'm that friend. I'm also the friend you have to warn other friends about. So I have fully apologized that I have potentially deceived all of you who watch me. And you're now seeing the craziness that really lives inside my head. Stop, you're turned upside down and you're messing me up. Fantasy, how many points do you have? You must have a bunch of points. You still have 5,000 points? You have over 20? That makes me feel like I don't have good redeems. Like maybe I need to get better redeems. Or do better redeems. I am more than open to suggestions for redeems. Because honestly, half the time I don't know what to do. Just lurk a lot. That's what I want. I think that's how I wind up with a lot of points too, because usually I put someone on and then I just kind of lurk around. I don't really comment a lot or like do redeems and stuff. Sometimes I'm in there chatting, and sometimes I just kind of have them in the background while I do other things. Like especially in the mornings while I'm doing like my blog stuff, I will have people on kind of as background noise. And sometimes I'll pop in and say something, and sometimes I don't really.
This whole game is rigged.
It totally is. No one caught it. Yeah, I lurk a lot. So, like, I understand it from that standpoint, but then I'm also worried, like, oh my god, maybe I have crappy redeems. Yeah, like from lurking, but I don't know, it's that spiral out of control thinking. So my brain has two modes. Either I realize something and I'm like, meh, or I realize something and then we're gonna think about 50 different things about it, like all different kinds of possibilities, and it's ridiculous. But there are always 5,000 tabs open at the same time in my brain. That's what happens. You gotta put them on the charge. Speaking of, I need to make sure my earphones are charged for Thanksgiving. And I know that sounds bad, but I am not sure what it's going to be like on Thanksgiving because it's been a while. So, I want to be able to either listen to music or watch somebody stream. You got to get on to her for when she should be paying attention to class, except there is no class. Mwahahaha. Sorry, I know I always ask for like set to stream on TG. Oh, on Thanksgiving? Yeah. Because I know not everybody necessarily celebrates. I know Kaz said that she thought she might stream, or at least I thought she did. Who knows anymore? Um, but listen to music, watch a video, whatever. So I need to make sure my earbuds, headphones, whatever are charged to take with. Five more minutes of this. Yeah, I won't stream on Thanksgiving, but we are streaming on Black Friday. Hopefully we figured out the stream together thing. So hopefully we will have less technical difficulties than the last time. No promises though. But yes.
We have always lurked among you.
Lurky lurk. Frankly, the only places I attempt to physically go into a store on Black Friday are Barnes & Noble and Joann's, because they're the only places sane people go. Everyone else is acting like their life is going to die if they don't get that $5 movie. I just buy everything online. But Barnes and Noble or Joann's are the only place I really try to physically go into on Thanksgiving. And not even them every year. But I definitely, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have been the person who has stood in line before. I stood in line when Fantasy was a baby for a kitchen, like a play kitchen at Toys R Us. There were only 3 of them. And I did it on Target one time because there was a camera super on sale. But generally, and especially in the last couple years, I just buy whatever online. So most likely we won't actually be going anywhere on Black Friday. I just get up in the morning and get on the computer and order stuff. But like I said, the last couple years, they have been doing the sales, you know, all kinds of sales even before Thanksgiving. So there hasn't really also been like a crazy need for Black Friday. But I keep seeing like memes where people are like, "Dear stores, we all have a TV. Give us a discount on groceries." Okay, one more minute. I'll probably just finish the beads that are in this tray because there are only a couple left. And you're a backwards bead. So we only have a teeny tiny little spot left. Just that spot. And then this one will be done. And it can go out in the mail to Carrot. Okay. Did I get all my pieces? 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, and 2. I did. But yes, are you a Black Friday person or no? Like I said, I just do all mine on the internet. And then I go back on Cyber Monday and look again. So I have that minion thing where it screams, "Kevin!" when Kevin comes in. I was thinking about looking for ones for kind of everybody. Like some kind of a scream when like people who come in a lot come in. Does that make sense? Did I do that right? Looks like it. Like fantasy and crazy and steel and carrot. Like just people who come in a lot. As like a fun thing, but I don't know. Some I think it'll be hard to find something like not necessarily like with your name, but like I might be able not be able to find something with your name, but something similar. So we have like this kind of, I think it's gonna kind of be in the middle of the roof, and that's what this is, but I am not positive. It almost currently looks like a little birdhouse. either way, most likely on Friday, I'll still be working on this. Because apparently I found a sweet spot of doing things. 4, 6. Or I've just like allowed myself to slow down. I don't know. But either way, I think I've I don't know, sweet spot, found something. Okay. So now we're building out. Ooh, what does everybody think about an ugly sweater? Like, for those of us that all like stream certain days or like on a certain day or certain week, we wear ugly sweaters while we stream. I have a Jack Skellington one. It says Santa Claus. Set that off to the side again. I thought, like, like the week of Christmas, we could wear ugly sweaters when we stream. Or is there like a. However, it was just a suggestion. I did. Oh, I don't. I don't like the word snatched. Who came up with this? It depends on how you use the word snatched, but it is kind of like a. It does make me think of your downstairs. A snatch. That's what it makes me think of. But yes, back to the ugly sweater thing. Do we like this? Do we think it's silly? How do we feel about it? I told you, my brain is, that's it. That's all there is in my brain. I told you what it makes me think. She looks snatched. It just makes me think of the kitty cat. It's not. It does not make me think. Every time I hear it, I'm like, that is not right. Like, I just want to let you all know that's not what it makes me think of. Do we want a specific day that we wear our sweaters? Or like just the week of Christmas? Like if you stream the week of? Crazy's ugly sweater is pretty funny. I have two. So I have an ugly sweater with Jack Skellington on it, and then I have an ugly sweater dress. Did anybody attempt to catch that? It doesn't look like it. I still say it's rigged. I swear if I get all the way through this and it's like build 2, I'm gonna scream. Because there was no, I did not see any build 2 thing when I started. I didn't pick you up. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I wonder how they all feel about ugly sweaters. Like this. Like that. This. And this. Flip. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, and 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There. Then 2. And 2. Nope. 3. 2. It is ×2. Grr. I did not see ×2 anywhere. Now I'm going to have to go back and build the whole thing again when I could have just been building them simultaneously. Must pay better attention. So tomorrow is baking day for me. All the bakings. My house is gonna smell so good. I have to make sure I have eggs. Enough eggs, anyway. Okay. One side of the roof. Let's go back 10 pages. Probably not 10, but a bunch. Okay, I did that. It does say ×2. Dang it. note to self, pay attention. I hate when I miss the ×2 or whatever. Okay, now. Okay. Do, 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 do. This music sometimes sounds a little clown-ish to me. Okay, I just keep waiting, thinking about like little clown or a lot of people in a clown car and stuff like that. It does have a carny feel to it at some points. Okay. Almost done with the second roof piece. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so those 2 pieces, and then we're gonna clip carefully. Carefully being the operative word. These pieces on. So that's how our roof is looking so far. Okay, now I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Shot that piece right across my desk. Okay, take one of these pieces, put 2 in there. One in there. Okay. Okay. Hoping I'm doing this right. Okay. Now bring our thing over. Okay. And there is our roof. Okay, let me make sure before I pick up all these pieces. Yep. In my hand. Nope. In the extra pieces bucket, which is about to overflow. So, I'm going to take our sticky. Apparently, she thought I was talking to her. Okay, so get that out of the way, and it says this piece faces this way. Note to self, don't pick that up by its roof, it's not attached. And then this one this way. And somehow it connects. Oh, I see. There we go. There are those 2 buildings together. So it clicks together very nicely. And you probably, like, unless you knew, you wouldn't really think it was 2 separate pieces. Where did I lose you? Unclicky clicky. Nope. So it doesn't click together with like those connects pieces. I have this extra blue piece and now it's going to drive me batty because I don't know where it's from. But oh, because I looked at the wrong piece. Not this. Oh, I bet right here. So it doesn't click together with connects pieces, kind of. Connects. The Technic pieces, like it seems to usually. It clips together with like those little wrench pieces. So that is a bit odd. Okay. I was trying to make sure I put that piece at the right spot, but that didn't show it there. Yes, I put it back in the right one. So, this is where we're at. This is 2 buildings. I still have like 6 bags left. We've only done about like 4 bags per stream, and technically I went a little over my 3 hours today. But as the children don't have school, it doesn't matter. But here is where we're at. You can take the little roofs off to see inside. I would definitely say this is like a main hall type building, And this is like the blacksmith. We'll turn that and get it kind of right there. That way it's out of the way for perusing of other things. So let's see. Friday, like I said, we're gonna try to do. Me and Crazy are gonna try to do a co-stream. I'm trying to see who's live. Let me. Sometimes I feel like when you click that little raid button on like the app, it doesn't always show you everybody who you're friends with who is live. So we have options. Mr. Harrell is on, and he's building Gringotts. Or the Yellow Witch is playing a video game. It says no mic. It also shows Rad Builds is on doing a Lego Porsche Speed Champion. Do we have a preference? Yeah, the top 5. So I try to go on to Twitch itself and look. So, like I said, Mr. Harrell's on building Gringotts. The Yellow Witch is playing a video game. It says no sound, like no mic though. And Rad Builds, it says, is on. It says he's on, but then when I go on to Twitch itself, he's not. So let's see if when I find him on Twitch, he's on. No, okay, it says he's not on, so maybe he got off like right when I clicked it. Let's see, let's double check. Yeah, he's not on. Okay, so we can go to Mr. Harrell. I like Mr. Harrell too, but I know it's good to raid into other people, not the same person every time. So I do try to change it up. And I always want to spell his name wrong. I always just want to do like MR. Let me make sure I spelled that right before I get in there. Or before I press it.
Good to see you anyways.
Okay, yes. Underscore HRRAL. Let's fingers crossed. Yes, okay, it worked. Whoop whoop. I like Mr. Harrell. Like I said, he's funny. He's always got good builds. He's got a good repertoire with his audience. But I know it's good to change it up and not to try to always go to the same person. So, like I said, Friday we're gonna attempt to co-stream. Who knows if I got it right or not? I'm still working on this because apparently I've had a good stride as well. I don't mind that it takes longer to build the sets, even if they're smaller. We are raiding out. We are raiding out to Mr. Harrell. And then Sunday, of course, is Lazy Day Hogwarts, which lately has been like 6 hours. Is that too long for you guys? Like the 5 to 6 hours? Have a good day, Steel. Do you think that's too long, or is that okay? I know video games, you kind of want to play for a longer time because it takes longer to get things done. But that will be on Sunday as normal. And then next week, back to normal. This and other stuff. Everyone, have a good day. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you know when I go live. And we're going to raid into Mr. Harrell.